Roundtable, where Nigeria comes to talk.
When your whole world comes crashing down.
You have for breakfast.
We are the sound of Lake.
Come on. I've been feeling a lot of dopamine. Heaven knows as a man that I have tried. So I don't die. So I don't go begging no one paradise.
And break them without consequence. One program dares to ask the tough questions. No filters, no fear.
Intentional about fixing the problem.
And people are still making excuses.
From the corridors of power to the voices on the street.
There's some truth you can't hide. We are
of everyday Nigerians.
We want decent job creation. There are no jobs in this country.
This is where the truth comes out. Join the boat as they dissect politics, policies, expose contradictions.
I'm a freedom fighter. Everybody now speaks for the poor. So a lot of interesting
Front row seat to the debates that define the nation. Be informed.
Alright, it's time for Political Roundtable, and today will not be different. It's at the situation in Rivers State. We'll move very fast. It's also understood by Tᴏᴇ Sᴏᴜ will be joining us via the phone line. Okay, it's my pleasure to have you. I should always ask you.
Good.
Okay, Agege is.
I say Jigbo. Kiafa. Kiafa is just a place that be abandoned for the urban blast now.
Okay.
So, but the society look. Taiwo.
Okay.
Is the new executive chairman of Gate Street. The road no good for the street.
But Gates day. But it's for security now.
No, Gate doesn't stop security. It's in that place that it is the people that came there. They asked the security to come and open the gate.
Better to have the gate.
Okay.
All right.
Let's have the gate.
Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, there was a lot of talk out there that in fact it's to join the APC. I'm actually ready to join the APC, but they've talked to me. At least he has admitted that, look, there are people who are talking to him. I'm ready to join the APC now, but these are the conditions of the Kwankwasiya movement in the APC. The former president, Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ M소ɪᴟ, is back in the news, and this time is denied. I never wanted it. If I wanted, talk to anybody. Ask any Nigerian to come out and say, I had a conversation with them. The facts, really, as to the issue of third term. Because there are people who have said that, look, it was one of the options we have within governance in Nigeria. What are the facts on ground? Governor Siminalayi Fubara is back to his seat as governor. The deputy governor is just addressing the people of Rivers State and other Nigerians to politics and governance. Wike, there must have been one of the states on that particular crisis. Again, by Tᴏᴇ Sᴏᴜ, it's my pleasure to have you on the show this evening. And also listen to us via the Radio Garden platform and also from our website, a part of the show. Also, we start this way. Conditions to rejoin the APC. That's nice, and respect the interest to join the rest of my party and MP. We have gubernatorial candidates, senatorial candidates, and others. We are ready to join among the founding fathers of the APC and endured significant persecution. We received no recognition or appreciation for our sacrifices simply because because they were not from the original faction of these other places, nobody recognized them. MPP. But if some want a political alliance that would not disappoint us like the past, and this is quoting Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, the leader of the NMPP. That's what Tᴏᴇ talking about.
Okay, Teng is a grizzled politician. And is the main character in this movie. I think some months ago, where it was overwhelmingly rumored
that he was returning to the APC.
That he was going to join the APC. He was going to become the vice president. Of course, that didn't happen. What we saw and heard a week after is the same Kwankwaso accused. Again, I think it was 2 weeks ago that one of the top was advocating for a movement. And it didn't take long. The party announced its expulsion. Because they felt that he was hobnobbing with APC, and that his soul already had transited to APC while his body was in NMPP. there's only one interest. And that interest is Kwankwaso to win the election. Just like he's done everything possible that in the last election, he locked in Kano. So he knows the state. So he's bending backwards to acquire the Kwankwaso interest about Rabiu Kwankwaso having a large portion of the benefits that is a secure Kano 2027 through the people.
It's interest of the
about the people who said he has branches, he has now. And what do I get now? It's not about building the country. It's not about strengthening the time. Nowadays, it's very common to tune on to a radio station you have outbidding themselves on one reporter and the FCT minister.
Okay,
he was lucky that president called their president criminal. And I'm asking myself, does this guy read it more than President Trump? Come out. Not only him, even Obama. Yes. Have you forgotten? But Wike play to the gallery. Not only him, his wife. She's a justice of the Court of Appeal. But you know, we live in a country where there's no accountability. How to bought those properties?
Those properties.
Yeah, and immunity against persecution. They say, how do you come about this money? But you know what? Wicked politics will tell you that nobody has brought the petition against him. You have of the same corrupt politicians who appointed them. So we have that's the kind of situation Kwankwasiya stand for.
I was going to ask you that question. Do you know what about the red cap?
It's red now.
Just the fashion. The purple handshake.
I would assume that, you know, again, you know, with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you also have that insignia that's always happy to put on that cap. So maybe it's just about a sign that, look, we identify with this lead.
Things are happening in Nigeria.
God forbid.
Look, have you asked yourself why the president of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, those who should perform oversight function,
checks and balances, the
Tinubu's cap in the performance of their duties?
Cap. What about singing the On Your Mandate song of the president in the National Assembly?
That's what I'm saying, that
we can even say the cap
have been corroded by the need to play to the audience of one man. So what you see is that you mention the president name 10 times.
Or everything is renewed hope. The renewed hope.
Simple insignia. You see how I think it's one House of Rep member who wanted to run for House of Reps.
Hammer, something that's very funny insignia. But it's fashion now. Why is that? Thing with make America.
How many people do you see that wear it?
They are not fashionable.
Yeah, they don't know fashion.
How many people in the course of performing their duties sing the Republican Trump item, national anthem? They are actually not a problem. And I will tell you why. Why I do not advocate. As I speak to you, the funeral. Now, the young man who shot him, parents are Republicans, and Trump supporting Republicans.
And they're whites too, pure whites, Papa.
Are saying about his assassination here. Now, no matter what happens, nobody will call anybody to question. On TV and be talking about who is more corrupt. Oh, the wife of this man was getting 4 billion every month from NDDC. Nobody. You know why? Because if you go after the former against corruption, is selective. Before, they are bewitching him. If that Nigerians should not take Kwankwaso seriously because he wants to joining APC and Harman some few politicians.
All right. Look, you have to take care of our interest. So, again, what interest do you think it may be? Whoever gets anything will still be at his pleasure. Do you think people like this are talking about
interests that are always in the mind of the politician? And the first one on the burner is their personal, either directly or indirectly.
Are you talking about money?
It's not to be in power. Either they have their surrogates
in power
and they make returns, or they have everything to themselves and they give little they want to give out. So that is the first interest. They've collected on their behalf and shares to them, and they have interest. Then the third interest is about the political consistency. From 1999 till date, Rabiu Kwankwaso is only Fourth Republic is always calling the shot. From 1999 to end of fight between the political bigwigs. Not after that he came back. When he came back, fell apart. Second tenor.
Maybe people didn't know that. Look, they once worked together as governor deputy governor Ganduje.
That one is not even when he got the minister in Abuja, he took Ganduje.
Also an established person when it comes to
but in terms of machinery, but that when he started, I was in Kano. I was a correspondent. The thing there is this: what it stands for initially before. That four things are so germane. The number one is that whatever any position you have, you must be able to
know.
Then the second one is what him, and the one was renovated.
Well, I think we have to give it to Governor Abba Yusuf. Kano State was rated as the best.
In 2 years, he built over 150 secondary schools.
So that's a good one. If that's what the Kwankwasiya movement stands for, education for the
Kwankwasiya.
But they're just in PDP.
And they're just in another party. But one thing there is this: on this movement, what is moving? Number one is moving for his own personal interest.
If he decides to move now.
If he decides to move, but immediately he moves. This political is like a chain. Those people that knows that they are going to benefit him or they have been benefiting from him, they move along with him or vote that with all the ruffle fight in the northwest.
He was able to hold it down. Yeah.
So now he believes that he may not be able to extend the tentacles
beyond Kano,
use and dump. Before they formed APC, he was part of. You remember the primary they had in Lagos, So he was part of, and he felt that during that particular period of the 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari, that NPP is not getting enough. And don't forget NPP, that he believes that look, and these politicians, they will not do anything because of God. They will not do anything because of people. They do it because of their personal interest first. Even if that's why. It is so central because now the calculations of states are started politically now because everybody is looking at the strength. And Kano is one of the things that is one of the states that in the northwest, Atiku is also longing to have. In that particular report, he didn't even say that ADC also is also talking to him. So, but that state, he wants to use it to negotiate, not using. And one thing, when politicians want to speak, they will speak as if they're talking on behalf of everybody in that particular state. No, he's talking about himself. He's talking about his cronies
and the members of
the Kwankwasiya movement. But one thing that is certain there is this: is about interest. Whatever any conditions is put on ground is about politics.
Okay, now Joseph or not, we saw how Abuja became a battle. The 25% in Abuja, but again, no matter what we think about the policy of Tinubu or the APC chairman. May say, he's won already, 2027 is assured. But we see that, look, he's a president that keeps playing his politics. He's reaching out. Can't he establish a political machinery that can rival Kwankwasiya movement? But we've seen governors defeated. We've seen people who have political structures also defeated.
The very subjugated state in Nigeria. And if you look
politically.
If you look at the issue,
violence that came with it,
that they have to now arrange all Kano police, they were able to hold their own. The reason why the presidency or the president team is trying to, when the president entered since 2021, travel to Ebonyi, what opportunities are in Ebonyi? How do we harness them? Go to Edo State, go to Nale to see how we can push the narrative. But the number of votes in Kano is very, very important to them. And these are people that they are outspoken. They will tell you that it doesn't matter. An average Kano person. I want to see how I can secure my own position, my territory, my interest. So it's not behold on. I was having a conversation with Bless. You understand? I look at the guy and say, okay, it's about the system that we can do better than what
with our system,
we are doing like that. And people like you, and not people like you, are some of the problem that we have in Nigeria. And the person I'm talking to, Oga Fuad,
yes,
after our conversation, okay.
How do you need a loan?
You don't need a loan.
And even if you want a loan, you should get a working system should have guaranteed you the loan without stress. Yes.
So for me, I'm praying seriously, but I don't know whether God will answer that prayer.
You continue to pray.
The way the politicians are very vocal, sincere, they are on the side of Kwankwaso, they know they greet people on BAT. There are some people from BAT side, they are not greeting people from Atiku. But you see, the day you will, all of them will greet themselves and they continue their business. Why the loyalists, their supporters,
are killing themselves?
They are war between like Putin and Zelensky war.
Well, Barrister, again, I like to ask you. We know how important Kano is. We know how Rivers State is. You know, Lagos is also important. There are states that are very important, really. When you look at the political calculation of winning the presidency or retaining the presidency, in terms of looking for secondary or a re-entry for Kwankwaso, that has not happened. But it's confirmed that, look, there are talks with him to return to the APC. People say battles and has won a lot of battles too. Don't you think, look, if Kwankwaso becomes too hard to convince to return to the APC, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can develop a political machinery that will defeat him in that state? Is it difficult for the president to do?
The only reason why he wants an alliance with Kwankwaso is believes that Kwankwaso is on ground in Kano. It's on ground in Kano, support me. I will win Kano. That's the only reason why it's going out for him. And I don't understand why Nigerians. You recall that Kwankwaso was one of the people who visited him
in France.
Yeah. In France, that provoked Ganduje. He spoke about it to some people the first time. Now, for me, the relationship between the president and Kwankwaso is like, you know, dashes in your front.
Yes.
As if it's on the ground. You go there, it goes forward.
There's nothing.
So, they two are benefits. But the thing is that they don't trust themselves. And we've seen that very clearly in their relationship, okay? So, whether they come together or they don't come together, are not the most ungrateful voters in the world. Give this example. What happened to Ambode and not allow him a second time?
Second time, yes.
Sarah Susan was a collateral damage behind their governor. And that even if he dumps the APC and goes to another party, he will win. And they didn't want to lose the state. Alienated Lagosians by increasing the cost of land use charge were in one form of dispute or the other with him. So when they moved against him, there was nobody of the states. If we conduct free and fair elections, even those who are correct, but they are just keeping hope alive, either through political appointment or that they are attached to those who have the political. All we are hearing about is, okay, how much money has generated for the country. Yes, but what is the value of the money has generated? The governors are receiving more money. That has not translated to better living conditions for the people.
We can even argue about this more money ever. But people said that, look, 2.2 trillion compared to maybe...
Tell you, if what I can buy with 1,000 before...
I now buy it for 4,000.
I now buy it for 4,000. Look, but there are those who believe that 2 years or 3 years is just too early. If you stand in front of Atlantic Ocean today,
even without tasting it,
you need to drink the whole river to know that it's salty.
There's no salt in it.
Okay, if you see a man,
want to me, you will not say get steps or you know get.
What we are not talking of a greenhorn.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Under him, under his tutelage, someone who was the national leader of the party, who had the opportunity and the privilege to know where the government was, who all his life planned to be president and said, I don't know where others are running to, but I'm running to the pillar. Who says, let the people breathe? And then what are we hearing now? Some of the surrogates are saying, oh, the economy was so bad when he inherited it.
Yeah, I was going to say
if it wasn't for him,
well, fixing the economy will take some time, which they say is already doing.
You know the problems, and then begin to look for the experts who can solve the problems. That this problem is what, these are the problems. Like someone shooting his gun before taking an aim. Instead of taking an aim on the object.
Before pulling the trigger.
Before shooting. So they shoot before they aim. But then he's hiring those who have no knowledge about the issues at all because of political considerations. And there are offices that have a major problem about privilege and access. You have the power to remove them. No matter who you are, even if you don't know anything, you will still have people who will continue to push for Biya to remain president. Biya goes to went to the UN General Assembly.
Yes. But there are people who are still saying, no, he must still be in charge. He's done a great job.
In fact, not just that he must be in charge, he's the best for Cameroon at this time. I don't know if you get this point.
Of course, yes, how about you?
And when you say this thing, and look, for people who know me, but when I thought he deviated from what he should be doing, you remember I also turned against him.
Against him, yes.
And some people were accusing me and calling me names. I supported Obasanjo, and when I saw that he wasn't going to, people will get political appointments.
We can't all even get that appointment, so...
And how many of those who have held political appointments, are doing better than I am doing?
Than the rest.
I can afford to buy Tokumbo cars once in 3-4 years. I don't need the private jet. Where am I going? It's because we know, citizens, we have enough for all of ourselves. But what we don't have is enough for those who have properties abroad, who want to have 2-3 private jets. Don't have any problem if you're a businessman and you're making money from your businesses and you are doing all these things. Do you understand?
For example, nobody's going to have a problem with a Dangote, for example, who is running his...
By association with some government in the past, was gifted some fair advantages. So he is a businessman. He can afford to do... But do you know that Dangote is one of the most conservative spender in the country?
Yes.
Because the worry is that...
And we know a lot of them.
They are the wealthiest in the country today. They are the ones that come on TV to lecture you on value and integrity.
integrity, everything.
They are the ones that are quick to display their past.
Just 1 minute. There's a very popular politician, very flamboyant, popular on social media. I think he has his houses. He goes abroad, and But
he has not worked anywhere since leaving school.
But I had a friend, Rabiu Musa. I think he works with the spokesperson of the EFCC. Who said, "Look, I knew when this guy was in ABU, and I knew when he graduated."
Dino has not worked anywhere since leaving school.
But is he the only one?
Listen,
somebody was even joking
has never worked anywhere outside of politics. Rotimi Amechi only worked in Pomo Hospital belonging to Dr. Odili.
That was the only job he ever did.
Just manages.
That was the only job he ever did. Every other thing was politics. 8 years as speaker, 8 years as governor, 8 years as minister.
Staff.
And today is stupendously rich.
No, he was not chief of staff. Rotimi was not chief of staff. It's only Wike that was chief of staff. And lecture the hard-working young Nigerians about integrity and values.
Integrity.
Any country where you see politicians showing more wealth than businessmen, that country is just to go and make money. And then they'll pretend, oh, it's my wife, it's my this, it's my that.
It's always their wife.
Well, all over the world, you can cut alliances to win election. But it's much more urgent in Nigeria because of where the party is today, and the party that governs them. That's the major reason. But Kwankwaso is an old force. He knows what he wants, and he cannot be relied upon as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, come for the evening, barrister. And that is the chief for me, or tell the world that, look, that he attempted to extend his presidency beyond 2 terms, insisting he never sought such a move. Stress that no evidence exists to back that speculation. And this is quoting the former president. I'm not a fool. If I wanted it, just said, the former president argued that securing debt relief, that the debt relief he got for Nigeria at that time was even more difficult than him wanting a 3rd term. So I said, look, I know that the best is, so again, basically the 3rd term conversation, but there's a lot of history behind this by Tᴏᴜ Sadiba. The constitution of Nigeria was thrown out completely. In fact, it was supposed to move from 1st reading to 2nd reading, but the 5th National Assembly, led by Senate President Khan Inam, will throw the baby with the bathwater, because there were very important parts of that amendment that would have scaled through. A lot of those things that we are still talking about today, hoping that we will be able to amend in our constitution. One of them, barrister, is restructuring of fiscal federalism, was also in that particular bill. State police, the issue of state police was in that bill, most versatile. And like Kenina Mani, the former Senate president, said in his book, which he...
Where is Ken?
Oh, well.
Where is Ken now in the affairs of Nigeria?
I'm coming. For people who don't know, the 5th National Assembly is still regarded as the best PhD holders in the Senate at that time. By Tᴏᴜ. They were engineers, doctors, professors, even a former VC. And that because of their stand against 3rd term, they were not all able to. We have a long list, barrister, of senators who were in charge of pushing the 3rd term agenda.
During that time, majority of the community chair in Senate at that particular time.
We had a lot of conversation about the fact that, look, how tenure elongation was sneaked into, because the issue of amending the bill was already on before the issue of tenure elongation was sneaked into it. And the question, would something like that have happened without the knowledge of the president?
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I am not number one fan of Obasanjo, former president. When I had 3 presidents, I think this is even the 4th president after Obasanjo.
Now, barrister, let me say this: the relevance of this issue, apart from the historical perspective, we are also talking about precedents. Because again, there are things that are happening today that Nigerians are saying, hey, we are also laying bad precedents. People after you will do worse.
Okay, make his claim. The first factor is that those who spoke to our courts and won't be able to come forward. It's one country where people don't speak up. You know how Rotimi Amechi once challenged all Nigerians to prove that he's corrupt? That is 8 years as governor of Rivers State.
He never stole people's money.
He never stole any money, and that any Nigerian who is alive and aware.
He has not challenged it in court.
No. So even when Wike set based on hearsay, nobody came out to say so. But I can tell you that Florence Itagiwa, who was the liaison officer of Obasanjo, and I'm not sure that any Nigerian journalist endorse this issue with you. Ahmadu Ali, the PDP chairman, chairman emeritus of the PDP. Was it Obasanjo that pushed you, or you around leaders? Just like if you observe that there was a time that some people around Buhari started suggesting the idea of extension to him. And he came out openly and said, look, I'm even tired. I am counting days interested in any 3rd term. Maybe because of Obasanjo's ambivalent attitude then, not coming out openly in support, funded it. But you and I know that there are people around the president who could take money from security votes to fund a project like that. If it became something of life and death for Obasanjo,
at that time,
Nnamani and Masari in both houses,
the Senate and the House of Reps
of the U.S. National Assembly would have been removed. The other doctrine of necessity or whatever it is would have been found to remove them. And someone that is more friendly to that idea would have come in, and the vote would not have been an open vote like we saw what Nnamani did.
Yeah, but
the reason why
Nnamani said there was pressure to not make it an open vote.
Yes, but you see, the reason, Masari was in trouble at the same time.
Yes.
In fact, they went to London and said the school he attended that he claimed to have. So these things have been going on. If Obasanjo wanted that thing desperately,
like he's saying, because he said it, if I wanted, I would have gotten it. Yes,
he would have gotten it. He would have got second term, And at the end of the second term, he wants a third term. Are you telling me today that people will not get it?
So is this a factor of weak institutions? Lack of institutions are now unprincipled. Our politicians can be. What do you think? Yes.
Everything you have mentioned, all join. Look, see, every political system can be destroyed. All you need is to find people that you can manipulate and use.
And who are willing to be manipulated and used to.
As I'm talking to you now, Steve Bannon and some other politicians in America are already pushing.
Yes.
Since you cannot do more than 2 terms. One of them explained that what will become the vice presidential nominee to J.D. Vance. And when they win that election, J.D. Vance will resign.
So Trump will be vice president again.
No, so Trump becomes the vice president under J.D. Vance.
Is that what they are saying?
After the election, yes. After the election, if they win,
J.D. Vance will now resign, and Trump becomes president again. How people can be desperate to destroy the system.
Once you find pliable men
who are willing and ready,
and that's why they say democracy is very tender. You need to carry democracy with care. If Tinubu wants fourth term, he will get it. With men like all the people who speak grammar. Let me ask you a question. Is there anybody in the National Assembly today that Tinubu gives 1 billion? He will not cast a vote for extension for Tinubu.
So is that bad?
So Obasanjo knows what he's talking. Even if it was not possible during Obasanjo's time, it's now possible.
All right. No, Obasanjo wanted third time, he would have gotten it.
Yeah, I believe so. That because if you look at out of the president we've had in the past, either as a military head of state sick, that's always in charge. You pick Obasanjo as the leading one. Do you know the number of Senate president as of the only person that stood ground between 1999 and 2003, Yᴏᴜᴜᴜ. But they make sure that he did not return.
The way
if you want to remove, it's easy to remove. So at that particular
time, was this a case of people who were pushing the agenda? It was not really something he wanted.
I would like to say physical and spirit. Physical and spirit in the sense that with the body language of President Olusegun Obasanjo at that particular time, with the body language, it's of Senator Itagiwa that Barrister Curtis mentioned.
The National Assembly liaison officer.
If you are talking about when a bill is a bill that comes from the executive, the way he normally, so the way she react, maybe waiting for his aides and whatever to
do
push
the needful,
it. But because if he got it at that particular time, he will not say he's not going to go. That one is one. Then two, at that particular time, you remember to trust anybody that is going to take over from him. You know the one of Yar'Adua is overthought. It's because when Atiku was now becoming broadened and he could not, and that is going to a huge that he can present to the north.
So was it the job of Baba to look for a successor? Shouldn't he have just done his own thing, allow the system to work and produce a good leader?
Have you seen any politician?
Yeah.
That would not want to appoint his own successor.
Is it about appointment or allowing these people to choose? Don't you think that's always been the problem of people leaving and wanting to put somebody there?
Have you ever even, if you really want to choose, you think all those people 360 members is out of reps?
But Baba eventually,
yes.
When he was saying Yar'Adua, are you dead? He knew Yar'Adua was sick.
Yes.
Baba could not have told
somebody to be their successors.
You want somebody weaker.
Is a bad thing. Those people in places, they will be doing their bidding, not the bidding of the Nigerians, and that is the thing. But one thing there is it with the panavera of office, with the way Olusegun Obasanjo ruled at that particular time,
he would have gotten it.
If he wanted it, I'm telling you, upon the number of technocrats and brilliant minds that we have in National Assembly, don't forget, it's the one that created time of having those years.
Because again, Atiku had also issued statements in the past. Kenna Mani wrote a book, and all of what they said was, look, this was an executive agenda. It came right from the presidency. Done well. He needed to continue his job. So would people, again, well, it was a 50-40 votes, 50 against 44. Yes.
With a lot of pressure.
So would you say that, look, was it a case of Baba wanted it, he didn't have the right strategy? Now he's looking back and saying, oh, if I had done it better, I would have gotten it. Or a factor of what was it that, because if by psychology is saying that if he wanted, he would have gotten it. No reason saying if he wanted, he would have gotten it. But we have people who push the agenda, and Baba did not openly come out to say, no, don't push this agenda. So what was the issue at that time that made Baba not to get it? Can we say, look, those were so if Baba really wanted? Yes,
but no, but
Baba is the leader of the presidency.
No, it is the presidency that we're flying. Memo are flying without
in his name and his
the governor said, the president said,
but not a Baba Obasanjo, who no reason I just said was unlike a Yar'Adua was sick. Maybe a Jonathan that people say was
not. Even when he traveled,
I know. This is
so this could not have missed him.
No, this is it's still because of some people around Baba who just say, in fact, election is still going on. They're announcing the result in Abuja. Without, before you know what is happening, it become a different thing entirely. So at that very time, there are some people. There was a day we have one issue, and this, I'm not aware of it. The person just go, sir. Some people, I want to clarify from me. So what I'm saying is this: it is possible that Baba on his own, maybe the president. Okay, let us find a way to push this narrative. If he want, if it is Obasanjo, that is from his heart. Security agency. You know, for me, for Nigeria, I'm ready to enter a debate with anything. That when we talk of professionalism, what the president wants,
happens.
That is what happens.
He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So also a bit independent. Yeah.
They will say, "I want to resign." I've been at court.
Okay. All right. Let's take the last issue. Very, again, there are people who have argued. Yes,
it's against as if president is regretting. That
the former president.
Yeah, he's regretting.
No, we don't know why he keeps if you are not returning to the National Assembly, very brilliant. That stood against the extension, tenure elongation, despite his
party chairman, but they liquidate all of them.
The rest is history. We've moved away because something cancerous had been injected into an amendment procedure.
We don't know what is happening there.
If I move to the last issue, Barrister Curtis Fubara is back. Are you with me, Barrister?
It's back to government house. Yes.
Right decision by not challenging his suspension in court. Again, he's back. He now wants to walk to the president and thank the president for the fatherly role he played in the Rivers matter. Is this a case of Fubara telling people like us who had stood for the right thing based on principles that look, I was not really the man you guys were fighting for. I'm not as principled that you are taught. It was a fight that went, the State Assembly, as Wike wants it, is back, even though we open the phone lines, Barrister.
Well, didn't see it during the broadcast.
I don't see any.
Because
maybe
because he told us that was the cause of the problem.
And that pen we don't go TT.
They said they want to take that pen and control that pen. So that's why I want to know what is that pen with him.
Yes.
Then it means he's lost everything. But I mean, that's on the lighter side. But the reality is that if you put a man claim to be in charge, because I told you guys that this is all about politics. They wanted to be sure that in a PDP, supposedly PDP state.
Some people are even saying that the remaining three will still defect to the APC eventually.
Of course, and we know, that all the local government chairmen were chosen by to predict. Because I'm not a prophet, so I cannot say I'm prophesying. But I can tell you that the next person needed to align River State with the federal government.
Center.
But in this same studio today, we agree that the governor of Kano is doing very well. He's not aligned to the center.
Yeah, and if you're going to list one of the performing governors now,
he's doing well.
Yeah,
so this is it. So, we say that the president used the emergency tool. The FCT minister had framed the nature of the conflict around the ambition of the president. The way he is now, Fubara is leaning towards Atiku. In 2023, the governor was not being decisive. You remember, like Obasanjo said, what was going on in the state? There was no evidence that the governor was behind them. There was no conflict. Fubara and Wike. Fubara is elected. The president wielded his power under Section 305, but he did not do anything to Wike.
Instead, if they wanted it to extend it, there are things they would have done, and it would have been extended.
Not confident that will deliver the state to you is not worth the effort. So live in luxury for the period that is remaining, because it's not coming back as governor.
Never. I told people it's always where they will get second. That's the question now.
Fubara is a loser. In the olden days of Soviet Union, how the Soviet Union was surrounded by hostile powers. Fubara is surrounded by forces that are against him.
That may never even forgive him for what he did.
Because no commissioner will be beholden to him. He's lost the local government. And then he has lost the support of people, Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians, who believe that he was being unfairly treated. And this may be hard for some people to understand. But notoriety is not popularity. If you know today will have more respect, and at that time Nigerians will remind him of the things he did in the past. So he should not think that his notoriety is popularity today. They are basically enduring him. He may be in charge of the resources and the power in River State, but that does not mean he knows what the people will do in 2027. In that their choice does not matter, what they want does not matter. Winner. I say potential, not yet. That has to be Tinubu. Win the state in the way and manner they have projected, beyond and planned. So when you look at, because nothing positive has come out of the third local government election, use the funds of the state the way he wanted it, and the way some people wanted it.
It's big. If in the 4 years,
it's even better than all these carriers.
In a democracy, it was just a sole administration. We probably felt that it was
a big job, actually.
Yes, and the final.
I know didn't say that this was a better job than his entire service in the military.
Yes, and the final potential winner. The final potential winner probably maybe is because at least some Nigerians would have cried out. Not that they meant anything, So it's so sad that it's their time, like they said, it's for a season. And seasons do come and go.
All right.
They are there today. They might not be there tomorrow. Thank you.
They would appreciate. God bless you, sir. Nuruddin, Baisa said, look, what he said, you have one or two things to add.
Let me add. Ramifications. For instance, now somebody that is not even from the
I think there are calls even from the state assembly that is telling
nothing that happened in the
States.
A lot of contractors that are working, they're the greatest losers. How the state wants to move forward in the next 2 years, it's left for them that they are the greatest. A state of emergency, and some people file suits
at the Supreme Court.
To the extent that our president is saying he needs a lot of people,
40 cases
and harm of government that cannot
do his job. Without the influence of
politics. So that is another. They're talking about the gainers. I think I'm going to align with Barrister Curtis. A police officer that served for 35 years was given up to 2 million naira.
But this was a big guy. It was a senior military officer.
It cost to me.
Months.
6 months.
Run that huge budget without any.
In River State. And with that, I've never seen, even the sole administrator we talked about in Darius case and Fayos's case, they never attended.
They were just busy with the problem in the state.
So this one attended fake all through.
Conducted an election.
And I think he's the president. That is politically. I saw them on national television. I said they've moved. Even if they said they have not moved for the face of law.
The state assembly now.
Yes, they are.
No, they demoved.
Yes.
But when the governor now declared their seat vacant.
Fine, but we can see.
No, wait now. We know the law. We know the law.
Yes, he can. But you could see.
File a suit. The question is your interest must be there.
Yeah.
If not, that Fubara and declare seat vacant. They took the responsibility to the speaker. The speaker that has also
greatest, because what you want to see in their faces is that somebody will now say, I'm a learned person. Learned person that you cannot back for 6 months.
So Baba can deny it today that he never wanted it. But there are things that happened at that time that well-meaning Nigerians had condemned. Panda will be at its farm, enjoying himself, allowing institutions to run. That's why today we are saying the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government may be enjoying some future they will do far worse. Or book. Joseph,
I think
your final word before we open the phone.
Queuing behind Barrister Curtis and Nuruddin.
Yes.
I think for me, because he's supposed to be the chief law officer. Time is through with this job. His assignment.
He's coming back to court too.
He's coming back.
Is it the same court that cannot see?
No, hold on. When he come back, people not a lawyer. You understand it?
But the thing that we have told him no, sir.
No, is the judiciary that they have lost their reputation completely. Then the biggest gainer.
Winner here.
The biggest gainer and winner is the people across the church where he did his Thanksgiving. They equally gain too. Not for the parish pastor to go and conduct that
happened really.
Yes.
But again, it's just what it is. Very unfortunate.
I pray that we should learn a lesson from it.
Let's hope we learn lessons. 09136000410.
See, Nigeria is a talk, not a doing nation.
I think it's
can you hear me now?
Better now, yes. Better now, yes.
Okay, what I'm telling you now, that Nigeria is a talking nation, not a doing nation. We like talk. Obasanjo is a retired military now. Military. He don't want all of us. We talk. We talk. The judiciary is the most thing, the highest cost in all over the world. And our problem with the common pattern we trade in this country, let me tell you, stealing, bribery, and good evening. Mr. Joseph was saying that the judiciary has lost their reputation. That's why they don't care. Judiciary in Nigeria has no reputation, zero. So they can do anything, they don't care. Because when they brought this matter to them, or what? They didn't even mention anything at all. Is it that the summons or whatever, they think God lost or what? Or rat went and ate it? Why can't they even make a comment to the president or what? They didn't lose anything.
Okay, they didn't lose anything.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Yes. And our journalist and the other. Good evening to you all.
Yeah, good evening, Prince Wise. Third time.
For me, I disagree. Because of this third time, they throw everything away.
Everything away, yes.
A lot of billion. But anyway, the eminent Nigeria sit down to have that constitution then. Or what do you call it? If it's not constitution, the one want to particular national assembly that all these people council, this is how we go to govern. If Papa have no extension for second time, I don't think somebody can just put that the man he has gone for study, he entered University of Politics, he come back now to see surrender, not for Fubara. Move forward with him. Good evening. God bless you all.
All right. God bless you, Prince Wise. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. That's why you did not complete your question.
Your name.
You should. Yeah, this is Gege Joshua calling from Butemeta. Will you hear or will you be correct if people call you people amebo for crying more than the bereaved.
Yes.
You know, asked the question. You did not complete it now. I was expecting that.
Oh yeah, you have asked
you
it.
People,
you talk
people,
to
all of you are amebo. You understand? This enemy, just like we the followers, we see them as enemies. They are people struggle, struggle for survival. Wike was struggling to survive politically, and while Fubara would have done whatever he wanted to do and just succeed. But it because the federal might, of course. So that was what worked against Fubara. I wish Fubara all the best. Of course, I don't expect.
Good evening. This is Malam Salah.
Yes, Malam Salah. How are you, sir?
Fine, sir. Although we don't have enough time.
Yes.
Let me ask you, sir. No matter how vehicle is, no matter how sound the engine is,
how you want more?
Okay, that is Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. As I'm talking to you, sir, you know better than I politically. Let me ask you, sir. 3 senators from Kano,
NNPP.
Are they still in NNPP?
They don't defect to APC.
Good. In politics, sir, a tree cannot make a forest. The people that will work for Rabiu Kwankwaso today, they are no longer with him.
How are you sure it was not the one that worked for them?
Hey, that is it now. That is what I'm telling you.
Wait, sir. Some of the senators, there are people that will argue with you and say that, look, the reason why they became...
Minor for who? See, Rabiu Kwankwaso is a marketer. Politically. It's political marketer. If you remember, in 2015, the same issue he had with the Jonathan. When Jonathan is bargaining.
For how long do you think he's going to remain in the NNPP? Do you think it's
he feels more comfortable now. He is more comfortable in NNPP than it is for him to be with BP. Can Tinubu give him a vice president? The answer is no. Highest he bargained for some of his boys, what will he pay? That is it. Okay, before I go, let me tell you, sir. People like Buba Galadima, what is the political value of Buba Galadima? If I may ask you. Listen, sir, Buba Galadima is my side person, is elder in his word.
His word. But
when you hear
they keep referring to him, he's always on TV talking, he's always...
That is it. When you hear these people, didn't know so, you could have been the secretary of the federation, and chief of staff to Buhari. But Buhari discovered that this man has no political value now. Yes. Now surrounded Kwankwaso.
Thank you, Malam.
So there is nothing. Kwankwaso will work for APC in 2027. Not too worried about it. All
right. Hello, good evening.
My name is Peter Uchifa. I'm calling from Abarajani.
Yes, let's do it.
It's a big lie. You wanted it at all. You didn't want him to come back. America, the nation, very, very important. Besides the hegemony of the North. Because they said the Northern Affairs, they gave him power just to make sure that and we have given them back the power as when the boy did not. So the hegemony of the North, the power of the nation was very important. Even if I don't want to get into the loser for winners, but I know that Wike and the government will be the president of this country are the two major because once a paper always won. So he has to be.
Hello.
For me, Kwankwaso, I would not be surprised. So they are just playing with our story. Afagopei Aparo. Look, when Wike was collecting form for all of them, where are we? Wike dropped a lot of candidates from his own party.
Solid politicians.
Handedly pick Fubara. So what are we talking about? Look, he who...
On the show. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Fuad and
How's Kano this evening?
Alhamdulillah, thank you very much.
Yes.
You see, Kwankwaso, he has every right to vote for himself or vote for whoever he believes to vote for and his family. And the reason why I am telling you this is that this is Kano. Kano currently does not belong to Kwankwaso and whatever party that Tinubu is a Muslim. But even when Tinubu very well, Tinubu is not a good Muslim. Because a good Muslim duty today, he will remember tomorrow because when God created you first. But this dispensation right now, all of us, majority of us here now are just like slaves. Some of my family are in Lagos. I live in Lagos. I really believe that yes, they are EFCC. Somebody says that they have spent 330 billion for APC became estimated our population in Nigeria. That means they have been paying 1 million, 1 billion. This government has nothing to write about them. If Kwankwaso let him. Thank you very much.
Let me ask you before you go. Sorry, are you with me, madam?
That I'm speaking to you now. If I see Kwankwaso come here now and ask me to vote for this current government, I will last time go to.
No, but what I'm saying is that if it's not about him telling you who to vote for, politically, is he still on ground beyond the fact
who believe in him and those that don't believe in him, like people like me, I am not believing him. Okay. It's only people that believe in him that is on ground for them.
Okay, I think in the show I'll try and squeeze in a lot of these messages so that we can at least make our friends on. And then Tèmítáyọ̀ Ojo is saying for Kano politics, Obasanjo on our own Baba. Okay, Obasanjo our own Baba. Fubara should focus on governance for now. God bless Nigeria. Kudos to the best. Thank you so much, Osimora. We have John Bernard saying Kwankwaso is one of the most unstable politicians I've ever known. Forget about those conditions. I'm seeing him joining APC to position himself for 2031. He's so desperate to be president. If Obasanjo denies this live by one of the popular TV stations, then Jami Olamilekon Yusuf is saying, good afternoon. I'll let Fubara know there's difference between I have power and I'm in power. Let's see and wait and see the thriller by 2027. Then Sunday Noah is saying effect to APC, but it sounds arrogant and self-centered. No more spirit of patriotism in Nigerian politics. We have also Francis or MAGA process should be reformed outrightly to enable our votes count. Honestly, so many Nigerians have lost confidence in INEC. He thinks we have an INEC. He has never overcome the agony that came out of his failed agenda. James Unwachi Ogbonna with a very long message saying, single gentleman in the studio, I greet you very profoundly. Mr. Fua, don't you think that one of the strongest conditions that Kwankwaso may be given to join the APC is that he becomes Tinubu's running mate in 2027? Which conjure that the former President Obasanjo got his third term, even though is now denying it. It's still far better than what we have him for going forward, even employing his driver and cooks. Wike will decide that for him. Well, that's from James Ogbonna from Oshodi. And then Oluwatoyin Shotunde is saying no more spirit pursuing third time. The same about person that declared election do or die. Is he not desperately finding a way of taking over Lagos State? He jettisoned his third term agenda when he sees that it would fail. Then crown the matter. At Tondaka, this family is saying, funny enough, the second term of Power BJ was made possible. His third term bid could have sailed, but the Senate chamber were unanimously against it since the Cold War between Power BJ and Atiku had already divided the legislative branch. We have Francis Ekpenyong, who is saying, good evening, Alhaji Fuad, and the guest, OBJ wouldn't have got us done well. He wouldn't have to be lobbying, intimidating, and threatening allegedly. His good work would have spoken out on his behalf. We have Onifadi Isaac saying, good evening, Milan FM. The issue, very long message, but again, we are out of time. But I think he's saying that, look, politicians will always make these demands among themselves. I think the APC can always meet up with that demand. Bonnie Elgam, Oniya, Joseph, Jovial, William, Oluwatosi Feishiton, we're sorry, the Curtis, wherever he is, I wish him all the best. This is what we'll call it today on Politics.